Today's episode, we are continuing the coverage of Jared Bridegan, who was taken from this world way too soon. One person had already been arrested, then it was said it's just a matter of time before more arrests were coming. Then someone else was arrested. And then the person who is alleged to have orchestrated this whole plot is finally arrested. The ex-wife of Jared Bridegan. And so we're going to be diving into the story and what we know about this third arrest. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Police are shown literally going into her home. This is a video on Fox News. And so we're going to be sharing what we know about this. And what we don't know is really, you're capable of doing that? As Adam, his brother, Bridegan's brother, had shared, Adam was like, at first, I didn't know what to think. It was hard for me to see someone who can do this to their own children. So he really, at the end of the day, right away, his first thought was not the ex-wife. On the other hand, Kirsten, Jared's current wife, she said right away, the night of the murder, I was suspecting the wife. And so the ex-wife, sorry, my apologies, that's total disrespect. And so now police are shown storming this home, her Washington home. Remember, she left her home out in the East Coast to go to Washington, even separates from her current husband to go to Washington. And so this is her lovely home in Washington. And literally, it was even shown that shortly after this murder, she was seen smiling, enjoying her life when her kid's dad had been murdered. Well, come to find out, she is alleged to have been the mastermind behind this whole thing. And so police, they went with warrant in hand, warrant police announcing themselves at Shanna Gardner-Fernandez's home last Thursday in front of her tearful mother and 12-year-old twins in this dramatic body camera footage that was obtained by Fox News Digital. And so that's what I'm sharing, what I am learning of this. Now, obviously, video speaks louder than words, right? Video does not lie. And so there's no alleged arrest. She is arrested, hands tied behind her back. And let me tell you, I'm not going to play the actual sound of the video. I'm going to share of this video. When I hear her talk, she doesn't really sound concerned, but at the same time, when her daughters, you can hear in the background, are talking, and I believe that this video being blurred is probably of the kids on the inside, and they really didn't seem too stressed. Almost like they didn't understand the magnitude of this. Now, again, I'm going off of what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling as the daughters are like, Mom, I get this, Mom will get this, but I'm gonna tell you this, reality's going to kick in if it hasn't already. But I can tell you this, as these young twins, 12-year-old, this is very dramatic moment that they will never, ever forget. Because, again, these twins, they're Jared's kids. Okay? They belong to Jared. Jared had two kids with her. And and so they not only lost their dad, now they're witnessing their mom be arrested and taken away. And you can even see this footage. She was arrested shortly before 9 a.m. in the West Richland home area on a warrant for allegedly orchestrating the fatal shooting of her ex-husband, Microsoft executive Jared Bridegan, on February 16th of 2022 in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. And so ATF agents, they were heard shouting warrant police as they raided the home. And so you can see Gardner-Fernandez handcuffed inside her $1 million home. Her mother, who you saw sitting out there, Shelly Gardner, she is literally crying in the chair outside the front door. Because this, who could believe that someone is capable of this? And why? So now, Gardner, you could see her, Gardner, the mom, you could see her wearing her baseball cap, tank top, jogging pants, and she asks an officer, "Can I be with the kids, or can you at least bring the kids out to me?" And they said, "Give it a little time. We will. They'll figure something out." And it literally within minutes they let her go. And as you just saw on the footage as well. And so Gardner's children obviously are not visible in this footage, but as I shared, they can be heard on the camera. And Gardner, now the mom, she's an owner of a multi-million-dollar paper craft company called Stamping Up. And she has financially supported her daughter for most of her adult life. And she would literally provide a monthly stipend. And she is even responsible for buying that West Richland home last year. And so court records show that in May, Gardner applied to be the twins' conservator, suggesting that she knew her daughter's arrest was imminent. So she knew my daughter's going to be arrested, and I want to have custody of the children. I want to be the executor. I want to have the say. And at the same time, I want to support my daughter because she has been supporting her daughter through this whole thing. Well, I don't know if she knows it more, if she just can't believe my daughter can be behind this. And, we've learned for a little while, even as the current wife, Kirsten, had shared, it's just a matter of time before the other ones were going to be arrested. And then her husband got arrested. This is when I say husband, I'm referring to the ex wife and her current husband. He was arrested shortly after. Because we find out that Henry Tennant, the person who actually did the shooting, was a former tenant of her husband. And so we know that the walls were closing in on Gardner-Fernandez for a little while. This does not come as a surprise by any means. And so that's why in this image, as you see, the mother sitting right there, crying, sobbing, because this is a shocking moment, regardless if she saw it coming. Now it's here, warrant in hand. And, we know that there was more than one person that was behind this, as the father of her twins was shot to death in front of his then 2-year-old daughter, Bex. And Bexley, she has been struggling with this. She has been struggling. She was a little baby. She's going to hear this gunshot for so long. And he had just dropped the twins off at Gardner-Fernandez's house after taking them to dinner, and he was headed home to his second wife. This story reminds me so much of the story that I uploaded yesterday, the Alan Bates, where Alan and Tara, his current wife, was sabotaged, was lured to their death. And it was orchestrated by the ex-wife. Then the ex-wife and current husband was responsible, except in this case, there's a third party that's responsible for the actual shooting, whereas in that case, the husband, former cop, did the actual shooting, but the ex-wife lured him to his death. Here we are again, ex-wife luring him to his death. I will drop that video link in the section below if you want to check it out, because the story is eerily similar in some ways. Ex-wife setting up ex-husband to his death. And so the software developer, he shares again twins Bexley in London with with Kirsten. And Bexley is the one that was with him at the time of his death, when he was lured from his car by a tire that was placed in the middle of the road. And although Gardner-Fernandez and Bridegan divorced in 2015, she allegedly had an affair with a personal trainer. That's what helped lead to that divorce. Basically, he was done dealing with her stuff. And so he was done. He filed for divorce, and then they continued to square off in court over different things like the custody of the twins, who was going to have more say, who was going to have more custody, and even over the finances, because she was not going away lightly. And so in the body cam footage, you can see her wearing a t-shirt, and at the beginning she didn't have any shoes. She had pajama shorts on, and so she's looking stunned and stares blankly as she waits on a chair outside of the home, as you just saw. And so, with that, it's like Melissa Jackson, the Florida state attorney, when she was making all these announcements that they had finally got the third person. And so we continue to find out more. And here is where Kirsten and Jared's brother Adam shared with Fox News in an interview. And this is where Kirsten shares, that night of the murder, the first person I thought of was the ex-wife. And Adam, he says, it was hard for me to believe that anyone can do this and take this man away from his children. Lo and behold, someone was capable of that, and someone who you never would think it would go this far. But through the footage, she's like, she doesn't seem stressed. Shanna does not seem stressed. She's very polite, obliging to every command. And all the police officers, they're all nice. Obviously, they're doing their job, right? And so her mom, that's where her mom goes inside to find her jeans, and that's when she comes out with the holes in them, right? And so she's telling them, you have orders on the Instagram. And this is where her mom, or should I say Shanna, is heard yelling into the house to her mom, you have orders on the Instagram that I'm managing for you. You have orders, so just have grandma help you get into. And so that must be referring to one of the 12-year-old twins, because she says before her son's voice can be heard interjecting that you have orders. And so maybe talking to the son, talking to, one of the kids, we don't really know exactly. And so he's asking without the son is asking without any sign of emotion, because the kids did not sound like they were stressed about this. The son asked, where are your jeans, mom? And the daughter interjects like, I know where they are. And they sound pretty calm. I'm not going to play it, give them their privacy on this. You can easily find that video on Fox News. But so far, her charges are first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, solicitation to commit a capital felony, and child abuse. Now, child abuse, obviously, the child's right there when this happens. And his current wife, Jared's current wife, says in an interview that although she's grateful for Gardner-Fernandez's arrest, she's heartbroken for the twins. And she says, I cannot begin to imagine what they must be feeling and thinking. They lost their dad a year and a half ago to a cold-blooded murder. And now they've witnessed their mother's arrest. I wish with everything that we could be there to support them and to give them the love that their father would want to give them at this moment. And she's even pleaded with them about letting the kids have a relationship with their half siblings. In this picture, you can see Mario. You can see her parents in the back, Shanna's parents in the back. And then you can see with the two kids. Now, the officers, they drove Gardner Fernandez to the local police station, as you just saw, where she was cuffed to a metal railing in an interview room for over an hour. And when an officer returns to take her to the Benton County Jail, her eyes appear red and puffy in this video footage that they was shown. Like, why do people think they'll get away with this? Yes, some do, and a lot don't. And when you are in a custody battle, you're going to be the first one they look at. Again, check out the Alan Bates story. And so she says, I feel bad. Do you want me to grab this and put it in the trash? That's what she is sharing when she's talking about, should I tidy up the table? Officer replies, no, we'll, we will get it. And so you can see here, this is Henry Tenen, who was the first one that was arrested. Then Mario Fernandez was the next one arrested. And now finally, the mastermind, the alleged mastermind behind this whole thing. This is the tire that was the let him stop, that caused him to stop in the road in order to remove it. Now, she's escorted to her police cruiser, as you see, and at the end of the day, this is why I do these type of things. Who would have thought? And truth is, there's a lot more to this. As the state attorney for Jacksonville 4th District shared, when he shared last Thursday, this indictment, Melissa shared that all the things that she has been charged with, which I shared. And so all of these people have been arrested in this case. And now, Melissa Nelson, the district attorney in this, right now, she is seeking the death penalty against Gardner Fernandez and her husband, while Tenen, he is cooperating. And Gardner Fernandez, she is fighting extradition from Washington. She is not going to make this easy for anyone. And so after the slaying, Gardner Fernandez, she cut off all contact between Bridegan's family and the twins. And last week, as I shared, Kirsten, she begged the Gardners to let them have a relationship again with the kids. And she says, we are their family. We love them. We have prayed for them every single day for the last 547 days since they were ripped away and isolated from us. And Jared, he loved his kids. If it's one thing I continue to hear about this case, was his affection for his kids. He just wanted a relationship with his kids. He was wanting to be done with the wife, move on, but she made that very difficult. And now we want justice for Jared Bridegan, taken from this world way too soon. My friends, if you're a person of prayer, please pray that Jared Bridegan's family finds peace and they find a way to keep his memory going. And so, thank you so much for joining me today. And at the end of the day, we want to figure out, getting justice is all that truly matters. But now that we know we're finally at the end, there's still a lot to go. Is the death penalty going to stay on the table? Is she going to plead and get it off the table? They will find ways to try to get this off the table, but it will only be a matter of time. At this moment, we don't really know. We're going to figure out. And thank you for everyone for joining me today. And at the end of the day, we just want justice for Jared Bridegan, taken from this world way too soon. Until next time, my friends, have a great one. Be safe, be careful, be alert, look over your shoulders, It is a crazy world we live out there. Be careful, my friends. Till next time, peace.